And if you'd like to call me, it's the same number. We're talking about the comments made by the Mayor of London that he believes that small amounts of natural cannabis, possession amounts we're talking here, should be decriminalised, saying that the current rules cannot be justified. But do you believe that he is right? And what's your experience of using that drug in whatever way? Larry is in Hillingdon. Morning, Larry.
Morning, Richard.
Morning. Nice to talk to you. What would you like to say?
I just want to talk about my experience, basically, with cannabis. So I'm currently 29.
Yeah.
I started smoking when I was about 19. I've quit now, thank the Lord. But I just had such a bad experience. First of all, it started off socially with a couple of my friends. And they didn't carry it on. And I ended up falling into an addiction where I couldn't live without it, basically. It controlled when I ate, when I slept. Gave me bad anxiety. It stopped me from chasing any goals that I ever had. And if I never started, I mean, I'd be in the same position I am now, but maybe 7 or 8 years ago.
You made a superb point, because a number of the people that I know who were about your age, maybe a little bit younger, who were smoking on a regular basis, it was literally all they did. They would sit there at home, they would play on the computer, they would, go and get some food, have a sleep, do nothing, not pursue jobs, not get on to the bank to sort out any financial problems, just nothing took place. And it was just total stasis. And I think with some people, that's a real risk, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. Like I said, it gave me such bad anxiety. My partner would say that she wants to go out for a meal and I wouldn't want to go out for the meal because of this reason or that reason. So it stopped me experiencing so many things in life, which you should be doing through your early and mid-20s. And then now I feel like I'm playing catch up on it all now. So,
I mean, what was it that made you sort of realise that you couldn't go on like this? Was there a particular nodal point? Was there a particular event where you just decided, look, they often say, don't they, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. What was it that made you decide to change your habits?
The main reason was I had a daughter.
Right.
But the other reasons were, each week I was spending about £250.
That's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, so I was smoking about 3.5 grams a day.
Right.
And I was smoking all through the day. I was taking it to work and sneaking off on my lunch break to have it. Like, it was just seriously out of control.
I don't know. That's a lot, is it? 3.5 grams a day? Yeah.
Honestly, it's not that much. There is people that smoke a lot more. But, yeah, it was just, I don't know, maybe I just got bored of it, but it just come to one day where obviously I started to dislike it. For a couple of months, I was saying to myself, I want to stop. And then one day I had my last bit of weed. Next day I didn't touch it. And since then, my family, friends, everyone said that I've changed into a completely different person.
I bet you did. And you certainly sound very sort of lucid and with it at the moment. Out of interest, just to try and get into the mentality. So,
yeah.
Do you mean that you were getting anxiety as you were withdrawing, or you were getting anxiety as you were high?
Yeah, while I was smoking.
So why did you?
I used to say to everyone, "Oh no, like the weed helps me with my anxiety, helps me with my mental health. It makes it worse. It's like it clouds your mind to think. If you ask anyone who smokes cannabis, apart from they're using it for health reasons, like pain and stuff, they will say to you that it doesn't cause no harm."
I know this sounds like a silly question, but if you knew that when you were smoking it made you anxious, why did you keep going?
Partly addiction.
You do feel that you were chemically addicted. Some people claim that you can't be addicted to cannabis, but I don't think that's true.
100%. Yeah, I was definitely addicted. If I know I was coming to my last bit, I would get like angry and frustrated, just like with any sort of addiction or.
Oh, that's like with cigarettes or alcohol or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. It's like if you're on your last cigarette, and you've got no more. Yeah, you get like frustrated. So it was the exact same situation. It's probably the same with every drug, to be honest. But people just seem to have this opinion that it's not as harmful as what people say it is.
Well, look. And so since that time, you say you're 29 now, so you managed to kick a decade-long habit. Presumably absolutely no plans to go back. And is life going well?
It's going a lot better, yeah. I was living off base and pennies because I was spending all my money on weed.
Yeah.
And it's the same with anything. Like when you might have one can of beer a night, then it starts to two. So you kind of get immune to it. So it got to the point where I was having to try and buy better weed, which was more expensive.
Yeah.
And thinking to myself, oh, it's working. But it really wasn't. I was still the same. You build up a tolerance to anything.
Yeah, I think you took a hell of a lot of sense, and but, clearly, thank goodness, still as a very young man, you've been able to kick it. Thank you, Larry. Appreciate that very much indeed. Call me again. Russ is in Staffordshire. Morning, Russ.
Morning, Rick.
Hello. Got a lot of Staffordshire callers.
Firstly, the last lad spoke a lot of sense.
Yeah, he did.
Anecdotal experience, and I can identify with every word he spoke. However, this is such a complex subject. I feel like those on the one side, on either side of the debate, just need a kick in the teeth and say, shut up. You don't understand what you're on about, because the vast majority of callers and so-called experts do not know what they're on about. In the space of 15 years, I've gone from being told that my mental health problems were caused by marijuana, even though I didn't start smoking until I was 17, and I've had these problems since I was 12 at the very latest, to 15 years on being prescribed it for the same conditions the NHS was telling me it was causing. And this is why I'm saying it's so complex. Yes, it can cause problems, but I don't tend to think it causes problems. I don't think it causes, based on what people I've spoken to, what I've listened to, real experts, and what I've read. When it comes to schizophrenia, it's the cannabis use or the substance use is a symptom. It's not that I know now, because I've discovered very recently. This is what I want to come on to. The next big bombshell in health, and I said this to my mental health nurse a few months, 6 months back. The next big bombshell will be that virtually everybody that has some kind of dependency on a substance, whether it's legal or illegal, virtually all of them are going to